What's going on, folks? It's the Sportsbook Killa, giving you my picks for UFC 291. First, I'm going to recap last week, UFC Fight Night London, Aspinall versus Tabera. Three of my five strong picks came through for us. The two that fell short were Danny Roberts and Molly McCann. So I was 3-2 on my strong picks. Molly McCann is just not, she has zero ground game. I don't know if she got her arm broken, but it certainly looked like it may have snapped. I don't know, but she was done in less than 2 minutes. Danny Roberts was looking great in the first round, but then all of a sudden he forgot how to box and decided he wanted to stand toe-to-toe and get beat up. So that was that. But Tom Aspinall did what he does and dominated. That guy's going to be something. Mahmoud Miradov, he won, dominated, and he covered the over. I was 3-1 on my over picks. And Caitlin Vieira, I had the over, and I had Caitlin Vieira winning that as well. So I was 3-2 on my strongest picks. Like I said, usually on these fight cards, 30 to 50% of the fight cards, the underdogs win 30 to 50% of the time, somewhere between that range. This particular fight card, UFC London, 26% of the fight card was won by underdogs. And had it been not a robbery for Davy Grant, and they picked the right person because I do believe Davy Grant won that fight, had they done that, it would have been over 30% like I predicted. So that was pretty much it for UFC London. Now let me move over to my picks for UFC 291. Gaethje versus Poirier. Oh man, I cannot wait for this fight card. I cannot wait. I don't know if you guys saw the last Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje fight, but it was a barn burner. They went at it. Justin Gaethje's leg kicks were a nightmare for Poirier. He even posted a picture of his leg after that. It was all tore up. I mean, just red and bruised, and man, oh man. But now Poirier is at it, kicking to his game, leg kicks to his arsenal. So that's what's going to make this even more interesting. So first, I'm going to give you my strong picks. My strongest picks are going to be these four right here. Number one, Miranda Maverick. I'm taking Miranda Maverick. I love her stand-up. It can use some work, but I like her stand-up. But what I like most about Miranda Maverick, she is a chain wrestler, and she has good submissions, and she'll continue to go for takedown after takedown. Now, her opponent, Priscilla Cachoeira, I'll be honest with you. She's a BJJ blue belt. Miranda Maverick is a BJJ brown belt. Priscilla Cachoeira got out-grappled by Molly McCann, who has like 0.00001% grappling. So I don't need to say anything more. I'm taking Miranda Maverick on that one. And I'm going to take the over 1.5 rounds with DraftKings. My next pick, strong pick, is going to be Gabriel Bonfim. That guy, he is a submission artiste. He's good. Yeah, real good. He's going up against, let me see what this guy, I think he's fighting Trevin Giles, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see here. Yeah, he's fighting Trevin Giles. Trevin Giles is BJJ brown belt. He won't fight unless you make him fight. So I'm going to go with Bonfim on that one. Bonfim can actually box, but he is an incredible grappler. Incredible. So I don't expect this fight to last too long. So I'm going to go with under 2.5 rounds on this one, and I'm taking Gabriel Bonfim. My next strong pick is going to be Bobby King Green over Tony Ferguson. I love Tony Ferguson, man. I love El Kukui, but he's 39 years old. He's been in some serious battles. I don't know how much more he can take, but Bobby Green is just an all-out boxer with good defensive wrestling. So I'm going to take Bobby Green, and I'm going to do the over. I think it'll be over 1.5 rounds. So if you can get over 1.5 rounds, I would take that. And I would even be tempted to take the over 2.5 rounds on that one too. but definitely Bobby Green over Tony Ferguson. My next strong pick is going to be Dustin Poirier over Justin Gaethje. I went back, looked at the old fight. I looked at their styles. Dustin Poirier is definitely the better boxer. Poirier has a black belt in jiu-jitsu, which may not even come into play simply because Gaethje doesn't take anyone down. He likes to stand and bang. But Poirier is the more technical boxer. And not only that, he's added leg kicks to his arsenal, which just everybody knows Justin Gaethje's leg kicks are lethal. So I'm going to be taking Dustin Poirier, and I'm going to do over 1.5 rounds. I'm going to do over 2.5 rounds. And if they have over 3.5 rounds, I'll take that too. Both of these guys, no quitting these guys. They'll fight to the bitter end. Okay, so now I'm going to go to my semi-strong picks. I have about 3 of those. Where these guys, I'm not excited about these picks, but I do think that these particular guys will win. I'm going with CJ Vergara. Boring fighter, but he has good stamina. He's a pressure fighter, but he does nothing that's going to excite you. He's fighting Vinicius Salvador, who has a pretty good, used to be a world BJJ champ, but man, I've seen him get knocked out cold. How can I say it? He even used to be state judo champ. But CJ Vergara is pretty good. I mean, he's not the best grappler, but I think he has enough skills to keep him from getting himself in trouble. But I think his stand-up and his pressure, I think he will get to Vinicius Salvador, and I think he will win it probably 2 rounds to 1. I'll give it that much. And so I'm gonna go with CJ Vergara, and I'm gonna do it over 1.5 round. Like I said, Salvador, when I looked at the people that he actually beat, nobody really had, I don't think hardly any of them have a winning record or any kind of UFC experience. So that's that. Let's move on to the next pick. The next semi-strong pick is going to be Kevin Holland. Yeah, Kevin Holland over Michael Chiesa. Michael Chiesa is a BJJ purple belt. Kevin Holland's a BJJ black belt. I'm not so sure the fight's even going to go to the ground. I think they'll stand. The only thing I see getting in the way of Kevin Holland knocking out Michael Chiesa is Michael Chiesa has a really fast straight left. If he can't touch Kevin Holland with that, easy fight for Kevin Holland. So I take Kevin Holland, and I'm going to do the over 1.5 rounds in this one. Okay, my next semi-strong pick is going to be Michel Pereira. I like Michel Pereira over Wonderboy, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Why? Because Stephen Wonderboy Thompson is 40 years old. He has a good karate style. I love his kicks and I love his counterpunching. But Michel Pereira is good. He can kick as well. And even though Stephen Wonderboy has he's a 5th degree black belt in karate, Michel Pereira is a black belt in karate as well. Maybe not as good at it as Stephen Wonderboy, but Michel Pereira can really hit. And I think he has the youth on his side. He's 29 years old. So I'm going with, let me double check, make sure that I do the over for this one. Michel Pereira, and I did the over 1.5 rounds on this one. Yeah, I did over 1.5 rounds. My weaker picks, which are picks that are not necessarily long shots, but I wouldn't put too much money on. I'll put a little something on them. I'm going to take Matthew Simmelsberger. Yeah, I'm going to take Matthew Simmelsberger. Let me double check who old Matthew's going to be fighting. He's fighting Uros Medic. Uros Medic is a nightmarish puncher. He has a 100% finish rate. The guy can punch. But Simmelsberger, he can hit too. He's a BJJ blue belt. He has really good cardio. And it's going to be interesting to see. Neither one of these guys have good grappling, but I think Simmelsberger will actually just outlast him. And I think Simmelsberger will try and take him down a little bit, try to drain him a little bit. So I'm going to go with Matthew Simmelsberger, and I'm going to do over 1.5 rounds on that one. My next guy is going to be Jake Matthews. I like Jake Matthews, actually. BJJ black belt, excellent ground game, and really good boxing. He's going up against Darius Flowers. He's a hard puncher, and he's okay, pretty good wrestler. So, but I'm gonna go with Jake Matthews on that one, and I'm gonna do over 1.5 rounds. My next one is Marcus De Lima fighting the Black Beast Derek Lewis. I'm gonna go with Marcus De Lima and just hope that he can take Lewis down before Lewis can fire off that heavy power. I like De Lima as far, and De Lima can punch too, but De Lima has that extra element to his game, which is the ground game. So let's hope he can take Derek Lewis down and drain him a little bit. My next pick is actually going to be an upset pick. I'm going to take Alex Pereira over Juan Blachowicz. Yes, I know Juan Blachowicz is a light heavyweight and he's a BJJ black belt, but I'm going to go with Alex Pereira. I think that Glover Teixeira, training him, getting him ready, I think he'll know exactly what to do with Juan Blachowicz in there. And if it's a kickboxing match and Blachowicz can't get him to the ground, Alex Pereira has a left hand that's nuclear. It will shut off all circuits. So I'm going to go with Alex Pereira, and I'm going to do the over 1.5 round, even with the knockout threat. I'm going to do the over 1.5 round. My last pick is going to be a total upset pick, a serious upset pick too. I'm going with Claudio Ribera over Roman Kopylov. Neither guy's much of a grappler. I'm taking a serious chance with this one because Ribera has maybe 5 minutes of cardio, but this guy can hit. I mean, seriously hit, and he can shut all circuits with his punches as well. So I'm going to go with Claudio Ribera over Roman Kopylov, and I'm going to do under 2.5 rounds for that one. So those are my picks. I would suggest, if you are going to be gambling, to do no more than 2 pick parlays with these picks. Mix them up, keep mixing them up and changing your over, mix your over unders with your different picks. And if you want to, get a little more risky, you can add a 3 pick parlay, but I wouldn't suggest you do more than that with these picks. But these are picks that I've come up with after the research that I've done on the fights, and I've watched all the fighters. So good luck this weekend. Don't miss UFC 291. And it should be an interesting event. Hopefully we all can make some money. Good luck, folks, and I'll talk to you guys after the fights.